Hey guys, this is James.
And this is Denny from TeaDB. We're bringing you guys episode 228.
Yep.
Which is a lot.
That is a lot. Today we have some raw Pu'erh. It's from, I've heard a couple different years on this. It's supposedly from anywhere between 1999 to 2001. It is a compressed thing. So thank you to Toby for introducing this tea to me. It's the Xiaguan red ticket or something like that.
Okay.
So it's
interesting.
Yeah. So it's I don't know. It's a pretty sparse description, but it's sort of a semi-aged tea.
Right.
It's been stored in Taiwan.
But Xiaguan means that the production was a larger production.
Yes, it would have been. It would have been one of the big factories.
One would think, at least. I mean, the big factories can make small specialty productions too. Nevertheless, usually you associate those larger factory brand names with, tons and tons and tons of tea. Which means for folks out there, consumers, that one would imagine the pricing should be pretty decent compared to some of your sort of more boutique vendors and or tea curators.
Yeah, certainly for the more recent year productions like 2017, stuff like Xiaguan would be a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
For something that's a little bit older like this,
it'll
vary. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So give that a quick rinse. This is a pot I've been using for semi-aged Pu'erh too. I like it because it also pours pretty fast, so it's easier to prevent the brews from getting too bitter.
It's also adorable looking.
Yeah.
It's a very stout little teapot.
Very
short
round.
And stout.
The shape is called shui ping.
Obviously.
Yeah.
If you don't know that, you're just not into tea. I'm so oblivious. I just show up and drink stuff and talk.
Yeah. Which is honestly how you should appreciate tea.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, let's give it a shot. Look at the oil on that. Wow. I don't know if you can see the film on that or not, but...
Yeah, and let's also take a smell of this.
Sniffy sniff.
It's got an aroma.
I was going to say, I can smell that from here. Wow.
Yeah.
Smells old. What was the year again on this bad boy?
It's around 2000, so about 17 years old.
Smells like it. Not in a bad way, in a good way.
Yeah. Well, honestly, this tea would have been way more unpleasant to drink 17 years ago. So
also true.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. So,
it's hot.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's always the most annoying thing to do is to start a session with like some fancy and then just burn the living bejesus out of yourself on the first warm up.
So we're gonna be careful.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I mean, this startles me about all these older teas, is they really do have a sweetness. I mean, not all of them, okay, but this has a sweetness to it. I mean, it really does. It has all those complex, earthy, aged notes. Yeah. Yeah. We're fresh on this one though, so.
Yeah, we're working through this very hot cup.
I think that it's still light texturally. There's not enough flavor going on to really make an opinion about it at this point.
Yeah, you can taste bits of sweetness,
right.
A little bit of like woodiness to it,
yeah.
Maybe a little bit of that sort of like mentholy, camphorous nature to it.
Yeah, definitely some yummy residual vibes going on too, and I wouldn't call it smoky, but yeah, something kind of like that sort of profile a little bit.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, this tea was probably smoky when it was younger. I mean, Xiaguan's kind of known for that too. So.
And look at again, just the oil on top of the cup, really nice. Yeah. All right, I'm doing it.
Cheers, guys.
Salute. I'm getting there. It absolutely has those hints of that kind of wood chip, graphene.
Graphene. That's
Wow.
the feminine of graphite.
I think graphene is like the nano thin, like one. My bad. First off, that's probably wrong. That's not actually. I actually don't think that is wrong, but someone out there is going to be like, no, actually, it's the.
Yeah.
Anyway, cheers to not knowing enough about physics, but still talking like you do about it.
Hell yeah, that's what we're about here at TeaDB.
God, yeah, spreading ignorance every one teacup at a time. Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, so that really reddened up.
Yeah, so we're gonna think that one's considerably stronger.
Yeah, so this is still light. We're still warming up on this tea.
Yeah.
You're getting hints of what it's going to develop into, but it's still sweet, light, not at all bitter or astringent.
Yeah, not much bitterness at all, actually.
And you'll notice that James and I do pour out some of the tea sometimes. Frankly, that's just because we are kind of like doing a Triple Crown marathon right now or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we do have a physical bodily limit. But it's absolutely not the case that you folks out there need to do that. Drink all the tea that you can. We are just doing a tea show, and part of that means getting through the tea.
Yep, and we do not. I don't think anyone wants to see a 2-hour episode of TeaDB, nor do we really want to film that. So we are not going to necessarily go at the pace we would.
Take us to Guantanamo Bay, and it'll be the newest form of torture. Not another episode. No.
Yeah.
Alright, let's keep going. We got a long haul to go through here, y'all. Cheers.
Cheers. And honestly, when I'm like, this liqueur is so hot, but like when I bring it up to my nose, I can just smell and the aroma just wafts over me.
Absolutely.
So it absolutely smells like an aged tea.
Yeah. So to that piece of smokiness, it's like, it is like the smokiness is being aged out of this tea slowly, but you can still taste it. And it's nice. It's like a nice, subtle accent. I'm having a hard time with, and I love this aspect of some of these great teas that we brought into the show, I'm having a hard time placing this tea in terms of the flavor profile. I know it's sweet. I know it's aged. I know it has that medicinal vibe. I know it has sort of that woody flavor going on. It's not particularly floral. It's not particularly... it's a little bit oaky, maybe. I think might be a good description. Not particularly creamy. I love the viscosity and texture on this.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying, but this is one of those teas that's not like bananas. It's not, you don't just know immediately what to call this tea.
Yeah, it's complex. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things going on. I've actually, one term that I've heard referred to as like sort of that smoke flavor is retired smoke, which I think is kind of apt and interesting.
Yeah. I think that's a really good description. It's absolutely true. It's reminiscent. You can taste it. It's still there, but it's lingering. It's almost like wearing a jacket that's been cigar smoked in or something. I don't know. I've never done that. I'm just bringing the heat, homies.
Bring in the heat.
Mom test.
No, I don't think this is the ideal mom test one. This would probably be a good one for actually whiskey drinkers or like cigar buddies to have. It's really I don't want to gender the tea by calling it like masculine or anything, but it's really
that's a fair thing.
It's a really robust, strong, very strong, very burly sort of.
Absolutely.
Brew.
Yeah. Masculine in a non-sexist, whatever. We are absolutely not trying to imply anything by that, but I agree. I think it has those what we would call sort of superficially masculine flavors. It's a little bit abrasive, not in a bad way, just strong.
Yeah, and I think the astringency showed up a bit more in that last tea compared to the other two.
Absolutely. It's still oily. It's getting even more red.
Yeah.
Look at that, just syrupy.
And we're actually just going to get through these next two, but I can guarantee you guys that this tea is going to keep going.
Absolutely.
The color, this might be the strongest yet, and you can see that I'm just giving this flash brews. In my experience, this tea goes really strong for a while, and then it falls off really fast.
Interesting.
So it's not a sort of like slow, elegant decline. It's sort of like you get like 8 or 9 good ones, and then you gotta like really push those next couple, and then it's over.
Interesting.
Yeah.
In terms of the sort of experience in your body, and so we have been drinking a little bit of tea, so that might have some of the some influence. But you know, are you tasting it anywhere than just your mouth? Has the energy on it?
You know, I'm not sure. I am definitely caffeinated.
Yeah.
I can guarantee that. I'm definitely sweating, but it's also a very hot day. So there's more than just the tea going on.
Yeah.
I think it's, I don't know. I think kind of in the vein of it being like a burly, strong tea. I think for me, it's mainly sort of caffeine. I get some sweetness in my throat and stuff, but I'm not having like...
here, but not deep. But yeah, no, I mean, just wondering.
Yeah.
You know, those are some things to look out for you folks out there. You might notice it, and it sounds like woo-woo to say you're tasting something here until you learn that you have all of these different, you have tons of neurons first in your gut. And you have all of these different taste sensors still in your stomach and everywhere. So you absolutely can taste things in places beyond just your tongue. It's all just sort of neurological feedback. So anyway, for you folks out there, I'm not into the woo-woo per se. I really am, mean it when I say that. You can taste it sort of high up in your chest or deep in the back of your throat or lower in your kind of abdomen.
Yeah. And we think most of what you just said is true. Hopefully,
we're gonna hedge towards truth on that one.
Yeah. Fact checking live. Actually, I have zero idea.
Honestly, I get all of my tea knowledge from Breitbart. Cut.
Wow.
All right, offending all of the listeners over.
Thicker.
It has that raw Pu'erh vibe really kind of cutting through it now.
Yeah.
In a pleasant way. I totally agree with James. This is not going to qualify as a mom tea. This is probably going to be much more of a you and your tea people get around trying this, and some of your friends aren't going to like it. Some of them are going to love it. It's a unique tea, absolutely. I think it's a challenging tea as well.
Yeah, it's warm. It's woody. I even got some sourness here. It's very strong. I mean, this is a factory tea, as Danny was commenting earlier, and I think it's factory to the core of it.
Sure, yeah.
Just really...
Yeah.
It's not going to win any beauty contests or elegance contests, but It is a good tea.
Yeah, absolutely. And so this is an old tea, but it still has enough abrasion on it that, the factory aspect of it makes sense. This tea probably is going to still develop. I mean, there's probably still some room for improvement on this tea, which is great to know, because some of the teas that we have brought on, you don't exactly expect them to change that much, but I would think that this tea would improve. So probably a good buy.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Ooh, bitter now. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely has that textural mouth puckering. Wake you the F up.
Yeah.
Kind of a tea.
It's strong in the mouth. It gives some sort of like feelings down the throat. Eventually, I don't know. We'll have to see how the lingering taste is. Right now, my mouth is still sort of processing the bitterness that I just consumed. But
yeah, geez, it's like you're trying to drink the tea out of the sides of your mouth because it's still like just impregnated in there.
Actually, an interesting thing that I've heard, and I've started to use this for describing some of the bitterness of tea, is sort of describing it sort of like aspirin or like pills. And I could get a bit of that for this,
like
actually.
Acrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, actually. I can definitely see that. Yeah.
And I mean, if you're getting that sort of bitterness, that's a pretty strong bitterness.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
There's no double second guessing. This tea is strong. It's intense. It's not a daily drinker in my category or my sort of array of teas, but it's still really powerful, strong, yummy, interesting. I think James is spot on. If you're into whiskey, if you're into cigars, if you're into sort of those earthier, bolder flavors, you like dark roast coffee, and you like getting your knees scabbed up. I don't know.
Wow.
Maybe you like this.
If you like whiskey and like getting your knees scabbed up, that's like the qualifying.
I think metaphorically,
like, we
got a little scabbed up.
We should make like a tea recommendation engine. It's like asking all the important questions.
I don't know. I don't even get paid to do. I don't even know. You know, I have no incentive to be as crazy sounding as I am on this. It's just purely, it's the tea. It's the tea gods channeling themselves through me. Well, so for folks who want to grab this, I would suspect they could probably find it in a number of different places, but...
this tea, I don't know exactly where you can find it. You can search for it at a lot of places that you could get factory tea, sort of hunt it down. But like all of those things that Denny was using to describe, I actually agree with just about all of it, as far as sort of the tea's profile and sort of like the appeal, crossover appeal to whiskey drinkers or people that want a really burly brew.
Right.
And I'd recommend people that like those profiles to check out this factory in general.
Okay.
And check out some semi-aged teas or some aged teas from Xiaguan.
Yeah.
Because they're really known for having that sort of like strong brew.
Right.
Yeah.
Intense. Absolutely. So, and then grabbing this tea, of course, as well for folks out there. Do so. I think a good place probably for sourcing some of this tea in the States would be Yunnan Sourcing.
Yeah.
Scott's going to have a lot of knowledge about and recommendations around this factory. But also just, I don't know, chat with some friends and figure it out. Google, you'll be able to find this tea.
Yeah.
So for folks who do want to learn more about tea, like some crazy burly ass Pu'erh James, where should they go?
Yeah, they should come check us out on TeaDB.org. Check out some of the other videos we've done. We've reviewed teas from Big Factory Teas before, so check those out if they're up your alley. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And
subscribe.
Yeah, hit that subscribe button.
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
TeaDB.org.
Yeah, there you go. Spin them off. Yeah, Twitter.
Favorite everything.
Yeah.
Constantly click refresh. And keep on sending that PayPal money, bro. No PayPal money. There's no way of receiving PayPal. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't say that. But yeah, we love you guys. Thanks, and gals, thanks so much for supporting the show.
Yeah.
Do subscribe if you want more content that's equally crazy.
And we will see you guys next time.
Cheers.